Hey LEGO fans, and welcome back to MB Bricks. My name is Maya, and today we are going to be looking at my Halloween build special for 2025. Every year around Halloween time, I like to build a spooky MOC in time for the holiday season, and this year I decided to build a couple of iconic characters from Stephen King's It. We've got Pennywise and Georgie. Now this build was just recently featured at Bricksplosion last weekend, and so if you were at that event, you got a sneak peek before I posted it on here. Once again, thank you so much for our channel members for your continued support. If you're interested in potentially becoming a member, do click the join button on my channel to see a list of all the perks that I currently offer. And we'll get started with a behind the scenes video this weekend. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like and a comment below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see more. Now, without further ado, let's dive into this week's build. Halloween is always my favorite time of the year, and so I love building these themed MOCs. I have done some movie scenes before, such as Frankenstein and Sleepy Hollow, and this year I decided to practice more of my developing sculpting skills and try to recreate an iconic character, Pennywise from It by Stephen King. While I do not have a lot of practice in sculpting, I wanted to give this a try, starting with the head of Pennywise. I figured if I could manage that, I could at least stick it in a sewer or something and make some sort of scene regardless. However, I was able to obviously get the rest of the body done as well, and I definitely attempted some MPU to create the ruffles for the outfit and make sure there were some pops of red standing out. That face ended up being quite terrifying, and I was super happy with it. The ruffles were created using the newer pearl dark gray leaves and connecting to a couple of different elements. The skirt used two different connection points, the smaller one being this 2x2 round with octagonal frame, which was also used for the neck and ankle ruffles. The second layer uses this larger ring element attached with a couple of bar pieces. I then used a 5-stud wide stance for the legs to get a minimal gap between them, and large clown boots for the feet. One of the hardest parts of the design was definitely the arms and hands. I kept the arms fairly thin with a slight bend for the elbow and decided against making them posable to avoid seeing the ball joints in such a small area. I remember Pennywise having super long fingers as well, so I decided to use these skeleton arms to represent those and finished off the entity with the iconic red balloon, which the long fingers could curl around. Once Pennywise was completed, I decided to keep adding to the scene, seeing what I could finish before flying off to Halifax for Bricksplosion, which I wanted to bring this build to. I made a little Georgie character with a simple face and long yellow raincoat that really stands out against the gray base. I of course had to also build the little paper boat that he was playing with. I used a lot of white bracket pieces and cheese slopes to achieve all the angles, and I think it turned out pretty good, even though it seems fairly simple. Finally, I decided to work on a small simple base since I did have a couple hours left before I had to pack up the builds, so I decided to make a little street scene. The drain is a very iconic scene in the movie where Georgie loses his boat while playing in the rainy streets. I've used a knot style frame for the edges of the street and finished it off with some olive foliage to still allow the characters to really stand out in this scene. Overall, I am really happy with how these two characters turned out, and I'm happy to have another Halloween-themed MOC on my channel. This build was well received at Bricksplosion as well, with actually a surprising number of kids knowing exactly who Pennywise was. And that covers everything for this year's Halloween build special. If you want to catch up on other spooky builds on my channel, do check the description below. I will leave a link to a playlist of all those types of builds on my channel. If you haven't already, please do subscribe as it does help out this channel a lot. Thanks so much for checking out this video today, guys, and until next time, keep on building.